ASMR video. My name is Chance, and tonight I have 100 strange and interesting facts for you. 100 facts for you. So all that you have to do tonight is sit back, close your eyes, close your eyes, and relax. Let's begin. Fact number 1. Donkey Kong got his name because his creator believed donkey meant stupid in English and wanted to convey the impression that the character was a stupid ape. Number 2. More than 1/5 of all the calories consumed by humans worldwide is provided by rice alone. That's a lot. Did you know that people can have a psychological disorder called boanthropy that makes them believe that they are a cow and they try to live their life as a cow? Or did you know that the name for the shape of a Pringles can is called a hyperbolic paraboloid? Did you know that? Fact number 5. There is a McDonald's in every continent except Antarctica. Overall, there are more than 36,000 McDonald's spread out across the globe. And while this number is incredibly high, it makes perfect sense considering that the favorite fast food ranks as the second largest fast food chain in the world. Did you know that Mr. Potato Head was the first toy to be advertised on TV? The very first toy. 7. A duel between 3 people is actually called a duel. Number 8. The stage before frostbite is called frost nip. The 2 tiny holes in every big pen ensure that the air pressure is the same both inside and outside the pen, which helps the ink flow to the tip. The more you know. In South Korea, there is an emergency number to report spies. So if you're ever in South Korea, just dial 113 if you find a spy. Number 11. Japan is facing a ninja shortage, and there is a high demand for ninja shows, but it is a dying tradition and companies have trouble finding properly trained ninjas. Did you know that the process by which bread toast is called the Maillard reaction? 13. Weird Al Yankovic wrote Albuquerque to be as a joke, specifically to annoy people for 12 minutes, but it ended up becoming one of his most popular songs. Did you know that Admiral Akbar from Star Wars Episode 6 Return of the Jedi was not a man in a suit, it was actually a giant puppet? Number 15. Sonic the Hedgehog's full name is actually Ogilvy Maurice Hedgehog. Number 16. Even though Fruit Loops are different colors, they all have exactly the same flavor. That one kind of ruins my childhood, so sorry if I just ruined yours. Number 17. The first roller coaster was used to transport coal down a hill. After people found that it could reach speeds up to 50 miles per hour, tourists asked to ride it for a few cents. Number 18. Most toilet paper sold for home use in France is pink and not white like it is in the US. UK. So to overcome this issue, Marmite made smaller ones for traveling. Number 20. Warner Bros. Canceled Home Alone because they didn't want to spend $14 million on it, but 21st Century Fox continued the production and the film grossed $476 million worldwide. That's a little bit of an oopsie for Warner Bros. Did you know that Cards Against Humanity bought an island off the coast of Maine to preserve wildlife? They named it Hawaii 2. In 1862, the King of Siam offered Abraham Lincoln mini elephants on the grounds that a country as great as the United States should not be without elephants. Lincoln politely declined. Yeah, Lincoln declined that one. The television was invented only 2 years after the invention of sliced bread. That's kind of weird. Number 24. Bullfrogs do not sleep. They don't sleep. Did you know that the dark region on the North Pole of Pluto's moon, Charon, is called Mordor? In July 2015, NASA's New Horizons spacecraft became the first spacecraft to fly past Pluto, formerly the 9th planet of our solar system. NASA called on the general public to aid them in giving names to the many new features of Pluto that they expected to find, and the general public did not disappoint. Not only did they name a dark spot on Charon's moon after Sauron's holdout in J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth, but they also named a dark spot on Pluto's south pole, Cthulhu, from H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos. Number 26. 8 of the 10 largest statues in the world are Buddhas. In 2015, a silver coin with Superman on the head side was made, which is legal tender in Canada. There were about 350,000 produced. 28. It took the creator of the Rubik's Cube, Erno Rubik, 1 month to solve the cube after creating it, and as of June 2018, the world record was 4.22 seconds. Japanese square watermelons are ornamental plants and are not edible. Tigers have striped skin, not just striped fur. And the stripes are like fingerprints. No two tigers have the same pattern. Did you know that ketchup originated in China as a boiled down brine of pickled fish and spices called ketchup? In Morse code, the face means the letter K. In 2005, a fortune cookie company called Wonton Food Inc. correctly foretold lottery numbers, resulting in 110 winners and an investigation. No fraud was involved. Number 34. 2 PlayStation 1 games, FIFA 2001 and Gran Turismo 2, have a scratch and sniff disc. The FIFA 2001 smelled like a soccer field, while Gran Turismo 2 smelled like car tires. It's pretty cool. Did you know that Mexico's presidential palace is 14 times larger than the White House and started allowing visitors for the first time in 2018? Boeing uses potatoes to test their in-flight Wi-Fi as they reflect and absorb the signal similarly to people. The project is called Synthetic Personal using dialectic substitutions, or SPUDs. In 2014, Sony made a cassette tape that can store 185 terabytes of data, or 185,000 gigabytes. is a flower that smells like chocolate. It is native to Mexico, and this dark red flower is not edible. It is called Cosmos athrosanguineus, or chocolate cosmos. In 2014, a missing woman on vacation in Iceland was found when it was discovered that she was in the search party looking for herself. Number 41. If you sneeze while traveling at 60 miles per hour, your eyes are closed for an average of 50 feet. That's an important one to remember. Your tonsils could grow back if there was a tissue left behind during the removal process. Sometimes it's accidental, other times it's left on purpose. Did you know that alligators will give manatees the right of way if they are swimming near each other? How nice of them. Crystal, which is the monkey from The Hangover 2 and Night at the Museum, has her own IMDb page. Check it out. Although the TV show Friends is based around life in New York City, the entire show was filmed in California. That's deception. Number 46. Magpies are considered one of the most intelligent animals in the world and are only non-mammal species able to recognize themselves in a mirror test. Number 47. Expedia.com, Hotels.com, Hotwire.com, Trivago, Travelocity, and Orbitz are all owned by the same company, Expedia Inc. Talk about a monopoly. Did you know that the world record for the longest human chain of people holding hands is 652.4 miles? It consisted of 5 million people in Bangladesh as part of a campaign. Baked beans are actually not baked, but stewed. Number 50. Rowan Atkinson, also known as Mr. Bean, is the voice of Zazu in The Lion King. Did you know that the most popular item at Walmart is bananas? They sell more bananas than any other single item they have in stock. Or did you know that sunsets on Mars are blue? The abbreviation LBS comes from the Latin word libra, which means pounds. These small indents in the bottom of frozen pizzas are there to prevent air bubbles from forming inside of the dough. What a time to be alive. Number 55. The term footage comes from films being measured in feet when being edited in the early days of filmmaking. Why footage got its name is one of those questions that you have when you're taking a long shower or when you're just starting to drift off to sleep. But back in the day when movies were released without audio, they used to use 35mm film. And during this era, the film was measured out and cut into foot-long strips, which contained 16 frames in each. And 1 foot of 35mm film was just 1 second of screen time. The amount of seconds in a film naturally became known as footage. In 2005, Mark Zuckerberg unsuccessfully tried to sell Facebook for $75 million. finish the Boston Marathon actually was Roberta Gibb, and she finished in 1966. She had hidden some bushes until the race started to avoid detection and then ran the marathon without any official sanction. And then in 1967, another woman, Catherine Switzer, didn't declare herself a woman when she competed in 1967, and she was allowed to enter the race. And once it became clear that she was a woman, the officials tried to stop her but were unsuccessful. Did you know that when watermelons are grilled or baked, they lose their granular texture and can even be used as a meat substitute? A watermelon steak. Number 67. Nebraska's official state slogan is Nebraska. Honestly, it's not for everyone. Some cat breeds called puppy cats are bred specifically to exhibit dog-like behavior. I guess it's for people who can't make up their mind. 69. In October 2015, United Airlines made a man with cerebral palsy crawl off one of its flights. The flight attendants just watched as he struggled. Shame. Number 70. Bluetooth technology was named after a 10th century king, King Harald Bluetooth. He united Denmark and Norway, just like wireless technology united computers and cell phones. All dogs are banned from Antarctica since April of 1994, and this ban was made because of the concern that dogs might spread diseases to seals. There's a sport called squirrel fishing in which participants try to catch squirrels and lift them into the air by using a nut on a fishing pole. I would like to see that. In Slovakia, they have Christmas carp that live in the family bathtub for a few days before they are eaten. Number 74. Pigs have therapists known as wealth psychologists who help ultra-rich clients who cannot mentally cope with their immense wealth. Suffering from success. Did you know that hackers uncovered a flaw in Hotmail security in 1999 which allowed access to any Hotmail email account by entering as the password? This crippling flaw was deemed to be the most widespread security incident in the history of the web. Did you know that a small population of mammoths survived on the Wrangel Island until 1650 BC, about 900 years after the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza was completed? The office treasurer of the United States has been held by women since 1949. The Flintstones was the most profitable network cartoon franchise for 30 years. That's before The Simpsons came along. 79. The University of Minnesota is older than Minnesota, the state. Tickling has been divided into two types. Knisemus refers to the light feather-like tickling, and garglesis refers to harder, laughter-inducing tickling. Did you know that as of 2019, the site MySpace still gets 8 million visitors per month? C-3PO and R2-D2 had their own 1985 single-season, 13-episode spin-off TV series called Star Wars Droids. The season showed the adventures of R2-D2 and C-3PO before they joined Luke Skywalker. Number 83. People don't sneeze in their sleep due to their brain shutting down the reflex. Number 84. Your nose is always visible to you. It's just that your mind ignores it through a process called unconscious selective attention. Did you know that there are twice as many pyramids in Sudan as there are in Egypt? When most 25 of them. Number 86. The word Jurassic, which we often associate with the dinosaurs, comes from the Celtic word for forest. Here's a fact for you. The brain is our fattiest organ and is composed of nearly 60% of fat. Guy Fawkes is the reason guys are called guys. February used to be the last month of the year, which is why it has the shortest number of days. Number 90. Lego toys are a better investment than stocks, bonds, or gold. That's a crazy fact. A Canadian company started selling fresh air in a can as a joke. Then Chinese consumers made it real, paying up to $20 a can. Did you know that in September 2007, a guy named Kevin Shelley broke 46 wooden toilet seats with his head in 1 minute to create a world record? College of the Ozarks doesn't charge a tuition. Instead, students work on campus at least 15 hours a week and have 2 40-hour work weeks. 94. The Japanese have a work philosophy called Kaizen, where people constantly seek ways to improve methods instead of just doing it the same way. Since 2014, the Welsh government has donated a fruit tree to families in Uganda for every child born or adopted in Wales. Did you know that restaurants can sing Happy Birthday now because the copyright claims are invalid? Judge George H. King ruled that a copyright filed in 1935 granted only the rights to specific piano arrangements of the music and not the song itself. 97. Chiromancy is the practice of predicting the future with cheese. Did you know that shoe shops used X-ray machines to measure shoe sizes in the 1940s before the risk of X-rays were fully understood? Iguanas have 3 eyes, 2 normal eyes, and a 3rd eye on top of their head that only perceives brightness. And fact number 100. Elizabeth Tower, the clock tower in London that holds Big Ben, is leaning over so much it can now be seen with the naked eye. And for